Good morning. This is Dr. Mia Luth. It is August 16th, 2026 at approximately 7:55 a.m. Eastern Time, New York, USA. And this one is not about ice hockey, but, go Jets. This is my concerns with AI and certain things that I'm seeing on YouTube. Well, intellectual property is pretty serious. There's a huge, big organization, right? Okay. Now, see, AI doesn't have the right, though, to break intellectual property law. Okay. So that's just number one, straight out the gate. But also, the AI-driven closed captioning on some music that I know very well myself. Like, deaf people don't deserve this. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. I'm not playing a game. I'm not playing around. I'm making an actual, real statement. Deaf people don't deserve that. They should be getting the proper words to songs. Some of it is completely wrong. And so from what I understand is that is AI-driven tech for the closed captioning. So I think the artists should be allowed to type in, manually put in, or there should be a way, to manually enter the proper words to songs, because I know so much music, it's crazy, and I've seen songs, lyrics just butchered, and some of it's kind of gross, and some of it has nothing to do with the song or the artist, and deaf people should not have to be subjected to it. Point blank. I mean, that's what closed captioning is essentially for. It's so wrong. It's there's nothing good or right about it. It's just wrong. And so I suggest, at least with the ASCAP people and our independent artists, is like, you really should be making a big stink. I mean, I like YouTube. I've been around since YouTube began, and I would think that YouTube would like to make sure that deaf people aren't messed around with. I mean, that's what closed captioning is for. And I've seen it numerous times. Matchbox 20, Metallica. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on, and heat. Okay, none of that has anything to do with the music. Okay, so your automated bullcrap is completely wrong, and you are causing disabled people issue, and we should be making it easier for disabled rather than harder. And I don't think that all the collective artists who have CC closed captioning, who use YouTube, really want to be messing around with deaf people and having their lyrics butchered. Right? So this is to my musical friends. It's very similar to what the Hobbit said over there with the, the SAG after folks. I mean, I agree. You can't just take somebody's image. You can't take, I don't know how many times I've seen Marshall Mathers, Eminem, working with all these people that's completely AI generated, and I don't think that it shares what Eminem's vision. I don't think it's proper at all. Like, yes, I've seen it. Youngblood, Nickelback, a lot of Marshall Mathers, just AI generated stuff that they didn't create or make, and it no, no, using their face, their voice, no, just no. I don't care. And at this point, right, the creator of the AI will, right, suffer the consequences. Well, this is the United States of America, and I mean, if I have to get the Supreme Court to listen up, I'm saying we have deaf people in America who are being lied to, who are given, all kinds of false information. They don't know what heat is. It's unacceptable. The musical artist should be allowed to have someone manually input. Okay? I'm not kidding. I've seen it way too much. Well, it is similar. I know, The Hobbit. People who are, SAG actors know who I'm talking about. I agree. And the musical artists, especially in the US of A, should really be getting involved with, Congress, with political, should be, hey, Supreme Court, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is unacceptable that, and then there's channels that will generate this music using, I'm just using Marshall Mathers as an example, his name and face with, some other artists that he's never worked with, and, making music that isn't his, and, right, using his voice and another artist's voice and image, and then they're making money off of it on a monetized channel. That is so wrong. I'm seriously, Supreme Court style. We need to get this to the highest court we can find. It's not okay. It's not okay that the deaf people are not seeing proper closed captioning. That is not okay to do. And I'm sure that there's some people, right, Supreme Court style, who at least understand what I'm trying to say. The disabled don't need to be looking at crap that's not, you see what I'm saying? And artists have a right to, be able to manually enter, or have someone on their team or something manually enter the proper lyrics. And artists have a right to sue, and this is why I'm like, YouTube, I've been with you since you started as YouTube. I need you guys, at least in the U.S. I appreciate it that I don't get. I'm trying not to get dinged, but sometimes it's like, okay, well, this might be an automated thing, and I'm not, breaking somebody's intellectual property rights because my channel's not monetized and it's already free on YouTube. I'm promoting. You understand? So, what I'm saying is AI needs to understand that it is causing harm to deaf people. And it is, wrong and harmful to use somebody's image, their face, their name, you know what I'm saying? Like, for a while, there were songs popping up by Eminem and some artists, right, that I know they're not a part of his creative body of work, right? And other artists too, right? So it's not okay. It's not okay. And people who love and know deaf people really should be speaking up and speaking out, because using an automated AI process is so unacceptable that, yes, we are. Everyone should get as litigious as you can possibly be. So, just like The Hobbit said for the, SAG-AFTRA folks, it's the same with the ASCAP and the artists, the musical artists. It's the same with the musical artists. And deaf people don't know what heat is, okay? Like, it's just not okay. It's not okay. And AI should not be breaking human law when dealing with humans. It's unacceptable. And it's not a joke, and it's not funny. I don't think it's funny that deaf people are seeing, lyrics of like musical people. You understand? I mean, I know lyrics most of the time. And when I look and see that it says heat, 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 and that's not what's going on. And when it says, right, that's what it says. That's how I know it's AI. This is unacceptable. So I'm saying to at least the musical artists in the US of A, no, everybody should be on the same team here. Independent or not, or record company, everybody. Deaf people should be, getting pro bono voices in Congress and other places. You understand? Because they are absolutely not getting proper lyrics, proper words. It is not acceptable. I mean, that's equivalent to fucking with disabled people. I mean, what the fuck is the matter with you all? That you can't see this. Something that is a root issue that is going to be destroyed one way or the other. I don't care if it kills me. It's unacceptable. So, people who are advocates for deaf people who are advocates for disabled, people who are advocates for, intellectual property, people who are actual musical artists, I'm saying point blank, you really should be getting involved with what is happening. Your lyrics are not being put up properly, and your images are being used improperly. And there are people who do have monetized AI formed channels who are making money off of your image and your voice and misrepresenting your body of work. So I think the musical artists in the US of A, at the very least, need to all be challenging every politician you can find in Washington, D.C. All right. Well, anyway, we're meant to love one another. And world peace wasn't exactly the goal. You understand? Individual peace, inner peace, you understand, then leads to. But some are going to have to find out the very, very hard way. But for my musical artist friends, I mean, get on this. Hire lawyers if you have the money. If not, get with other artists that can and look around for some pro bono and just write to Congress yourselves. And YouTube should really be involved, because YouTube, unfortunately, deaf people are being completely misled in all sorts of different ways. Right, I don't think that YouTube wants to be harassing deaf people and causing deaf people issues with certain things. I doubt it. You understand? So I think it should be like a collective effort, not a blame thing, but just collectively, none of us should tolerate it. Nobody should. Alright, so, yeah, love one another. That may seem like easier said than done, I know, but words out of your mouth, okay, don't help with that.